Everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from May 28th from Outkick. And it's, as I promised the last couple of days, we're clowning on the media, and this time, MSNBC. And it says, MSNBC's new primetime lineup has lost more than 40% of the channel's viewership. Good job with that rearrangement there, fellas. It is not working out the way you thought it was going to. So let's dive right in. It says, MSNBC debuted a new primetime lineup in May, in which former Biden press secretary Jen Psaki headlined. That's not a good person to headline it with, considering people saw how full of shit she was in the press secretary role. So transitioning over to a network where she's just going to be a propagandist again probably wasn't going to work out. She's not exactly a name, I would say. It says the network also introduced a new panel show called The Weeknight, featuring the not-so-esteemed trio of Simone Sanders-Townsend, Michael Steele, and Alicia Menendez. Now, Simone Sanders-Townsend is a former Bernie bro type. Michael Steele is a former, I think he was the chairman of the GOP or whatever. I don't know who Alicia Menendez is, but Michael Steele is got stage 17 Trump derangement syndrome, which is why he's on MSNBC. So they get to say that they have a Republican on it, even though he hasn't said anything Republican in I don't even know how long at this point. It says for the month, the new lineup dropped 41% in viewership compared to May 2024. So they lost going on half of their viewership in a year. That is actually very difficult to do. It says notably, Psaki's average viewership of 973,000 was down 46% compared to Maddow's average of 1.82 million so far this year in the same 9 p.m. time slot. For reference, Maddow moved back to once a week schedule in May. And that's amazing that I think she's getting paid, $25 million a year to work 1 day a week. Can I get that contract? Can all of us get that contract? Because that's ridiculous. This is according to Mediaite. Psaki's average was also down 20% from Alex Wagner's average during the same period in 2024, when Maddow was also only hosting Mondays. So at 7 p.m., the weeknight was down 36% compared to Joy Reid's 1.2 million average last year. And as much as I loathe Joy Reid, I wonder if MSNBC is actually regretting that decision now. So scrolling down, that, by the way, that is Simone Sanders to the left. I don't know who the other person is. It's Gail Ross, but I don't know who that is. It says, by comparison, CNN was also down in both total day and prime viewership year over year. Fox News saw respective gains of 21% and 23% in total day and primetime viewership. And remember, in yesterday's video, if you were nice enough to watch that for me, I thank you if you did, Fox News was, of the three channels, the only one that was going up as well. So Fox News going up, everybody else going down. It says now we understand no one tunes into local talk radio after the home team loses, and MSNBC is still reeling from Trump's victory in November. Still, those are concerning losses for a network that invested so heavily in its new lineup. MSNBC needs to find a successor to Maddow, who has shown no interest in returning to a 5-day-a-week schedule long term. And if she's making $25 million, can you not force her to return to work at a normal schedule? Because Jesus. And what is the big appeal of her anyway? I've never understood that. I think she's just, besides the fact that she just lies like it's breathing, she just comes across to me as just being boring. But anyway, I digress. Says Wagner wasn't the answer. Psaki is off to an even worse start than her. As we reported last month, the long-term viability of a network like MSNBC is also in question. I think because they're trying to be spun off of their company, and there's Jen Psaki down there as I continue to read. It says there was a time when MSNBC served the valuable market demand for providing even further left commentary to networks like CNN, NBC, ABC, and CBS. I think that's what the Young Turks should be for, not something that's considered a mainstream news network. However, the other networks have since caught up with MSNBC in terms of far-left partisanship and propaganda, greatly diminishing the network's value. It says, don't believe us? Turn on any recent episode of The View, 60 Minutes, or Today. You'll find the same tiresome talking points as MSNBC. Trump is a Nazi. Trump is Hitler. Bloodbath. White people are racist. Threat to democracy. No wonder viewership is so low. Yeah, I guess when everybody's saying the same thing, you don't really need to watch MSNBC. So it says, what's more, MSNBC is no longer relevant in the conversation. And that's a good thing for all of us. It says, at least Joy Reid generated buzz for her consistently hideous remarks. And she's still at it, by the way, just not on a major news network. It says, truth be told, we didn't even know the network's new 7 p.m. show had launched. No one has said or written a word about it. That's pathetic. As even CNN is more relevant than MSNBC right now, thanks to Jake Tapper's new book revealing that he and nearly every other mainstream journalist covered up what ordinary Americans knew for years. Joe Biden was cognitively diminished long before the June debate. As there also doesn't appear to be a lever that MSNBC can turn to that would improve matters. Previously, when needed a ratings boost, network pinheads would recite the Russia hoax. Most Americans now understand that the entire Russia story was made up, and MSNBC was largely responsible for the hysteria surrounding it. Yep, there's many compilations you can go find of Rachel Maddow. There's one, I think, that's just her saying Russia over and over and over, and I used part of it in one of my 10 a.m. clip videos in the morning. I know I've been saying that like in the last few videos about my clip videos, but it is relevant to these. It's not like I'm shilling out there, but if you wouldn't mind going and watching it, that'd be great. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you can find a lot of those Rachel Maddow things where her just going Russia, 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 well, like for like 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. Says there isn't even a liberal commentator on the outside whom the channel can hire to solve its issues. The biggest draw in left-wing media is Maddow. Again, I don't know why. It says, and again, she doesn't want to work more than one day a week because she's got a hell of a cushion there. $25 million to work, one day. Anybody would like that gig. It says, thus, these low ratings and primetime averages of under 1 million viewers are likely to be the new norm. And that's quite a rapid fall for a network that was among the most watched on television just a few years ago. Yeah, I'm not sad to see it go. I'm not. If it goes away, I mean, I don't know. We'll leave it on the picture of Jen Psaki. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. All these lying networks need to go away. CNN, MSNBC, the news programs that were mentioned there, like The View and Today and even 60 Minutes from the video a couple days ago, so on and so forth. Could sit here and probably for an hour name different programs, but yep, there you go. So what do you think about this? Do you care? Does it bother you? Are you happy? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.